This is an O-ring. O-rings are used to make seals to prevent liquids and gases from entering areas you want to protect. In order for an O-ring to work properly, it needs to be seated properly and protected properly. If O-rings are not properly used, bad things can happen. SmartCover DSM connectors use an O-ring to make a watertight seal between the DSM cable and the E-box. These connectors are made to IP68 standards, meaning the connection between the DSM cable and the E-box should be able to survive continuous immersion in water up to 3 feet deep. It is very important that you make this connection correctly. Before you connect the DSM to the E-box, inspect the inside of the DSM connector. You should see an orange-red O-ring inside the connector. If you do not see this O-ring, do not attempt to make the connection. Either use another DSM or contact Hadronics customer service to get another DSM. Notice that there are 3 slots in the 12-pin DSM connector. They line up with the 3 notches in the 12-pin receptacle on the E-box. When you bring the connector and the E-box together, you can either line these up or just put them together and rotate as you push the connector in. The connector will slip into place when the notches and slots line up. Once the connector is attached, slowly press the connector in. You will get to a point where the connector stops. Now press even harder and you will hear a click as the connector gets seated and the O-ring is properly sealed. This click may be harder to hear when you're in traffic, but you can also feel the click as it happens. Once the connector is properly seated, go ahead and thread the blue portion onto the E-box. There should be very little gap between the connector and the E-box. If you don't hear the click, back off the threading and try again. You need to hear the click to close properly. Click it to close it. You'll have a completely waterproof seal.